Hello Tankers! In honor of the 333rd episode of the Vlog, we decided to give away 333 tank coins. You will need to find 3 parts of the special code, which are hidden in different parts of the video, and then enter it in the special form. The link is in the description. We will randomly choose 3 winners from the list of players who entered the right code. Let's start this episode of the Vlog with some news about visual updates. Our art department did a great job changing the models of parachutes and drop boxes on maps during battles. The task was set to make them look in accordance with the game's lore. After thinking about why we have parachutes dropping in the game but no aircraft flying past, we decided to add drone-like parachutes that will deliver gold boxes, containers, and supplies. It would look ugly if these new high-tech drones delivered old-style boxes, so we decided to rework the bonus boxes too. We want to make them not only different in color, but also slightly different in shape. It will be much easier to tell which box is falling. Let us know what you think about the new redesigned bonus boxes on a scale from 8 to 10, where 8 is cool and 10 is excellent. Over the past few months, you may have noticed that we've been gradually increasing the equipment change cooldown. Yes, our goal is to make it the same as battle duration, and maybe even longer. How much longer? To answer this question, we first need to tell you about the equipment change system and how it was added to the game. There is no one better than Hazel to tell you this story.
Changing equipment in battles was not part of the game for a long time. Starting from the game's launch, players were only able to use the equipment they joined the battle with. Later, some players found a bug. If you entered another game server while in battle and changed your equipment, you would respawn with the chosen hull or turret equipped. You had to do this quickly though, otherwise your connection to the original server would be dropped. This bug made it possible to gain a significant advantage over the opponent. We all know how much you can weaken a key player in the opponent's team if you equip the right protection module or augment. However, gaining this advantage came with the risk of losing your place on the scoreboard, and with it, the crystals earned. This limited the impact of the bug on the game.
For a long time, developers ignored this bug. Instead of fixing it to forbid equipment change, we came up with an idea to implement such a feature in the game. On the one hand, the feature gave a completely unfair advantage in long battles. On the other hand, this advantage was very necessary. Having this advantage over an opponent who joined a battle with knowledge of what turrets you have was essential.
In update 242, we officially added this feature to the game. Players could completely change their equipment in battle every few minutes just by opening the garage. The feature protected players from being attacked by opponents with the right equipment. At that time, it took a while for the garage to open while in the battle, which also created a bit of an impact on the game performance. While discussing how to improve this feature, players suggested introducing a limit on the number of changes per battle or for a certain time. We discussed a variant in which changing equipment would result in a penalty of score points. This way, players wouldn't change equipment that often. Everyone feared that turning this bug into a feature would ruin the game.
The discussion ended up with only the equipment change cooldown. Players' fears that the game would be ruined didn't come true. The scale of the feature's influence on the game was not that huge, but the developers' expectations for this feature to improve key metrics of the project didn't come true either. Players didn't start to play more or stay in the game longer. However, players liked the update.
El Catala Gamer asks, if you plan to bring more things from TankyX to Tanky Online, can we know exactly what?
We do not know yet. We have some ideas, but not all of them can be implemented. We will see and we'll keep you updated.
Tessel4 asks, will we ever get a machine gun drone like in TankyX?
We have no such plans. Drones are intended to modify the behavior of supplies. Dealing damage directly goes against the design philosophy of drones. It is better to make some kind of hull with an overdrive that launches a combat drone, or maybe even a swarm of drones with lasers and rockets that attack opponents.
Pirate Spider asks, do you have plans to bring back unlock ranks for turret augments?
We have already done so. Augments become available only from the rank of Warrant Officer 1.
Kazarin asks, do you plan to make an augment for a Tesla not in close range? However, what you've done on the contrary encourages players to fight up close, because Ball Lightning, which deals only 25% of the main damage, is not effective at long distances. Might do better damage like Electro Turret, but not allow Chain Lightning to be used after shooting the ball for a while.
In the patch notes, where we announced the changes to Tesla's parameters, we told you that the new augments were intended to be used for long-range fights. But we found out that players prefer to play up close. With the changes, we didn't want to force you to fight on greater distances, but to make Tesla be more balanced at shorter ranges.
Haikai asks, planning to release a Linux client?
Does anyone but developers use it? Last time, you had to guess which Wasp would fly the furthest after Juggernaut activates its overdrive. The correct answer is A. Congratulations to the winners! And here's the next question. That's all for this week. Don't forget that the Weekend Special Mode is still available in the game. Play it, earn stars to complete the challenge, and get the skin. Like the video and hit the bell to be the first to know whenever we post a new video. See you next week. Bye.